Let's talk about your race.
Okay.
So it went pretty well, huh?
Yeah, it went well. I was dead on.
I know. That's
I
awesome.
It was actually really funny. I thought for a while that I wasn't going to be able to make. I thought I was going to come in at like 147
Yeah.
because I went out really fast. The entire first half of the course is all downhill.
Yeah.
So I think I hit the 10K mark at 44 minutes, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a little fast. So then the last part of it was a lot slower, and I was getting a little bit freaked out there on the last part of the Great Highway running down the out and back. But I looked at my watch, I think at mile 11, and I had 20 minutes in order to finish in 142. And so
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And I admittedly I let myself relax a little bit. I was like, well, I could really push it.
Sometimes in a race, you need to like think slow down to actually go faster.
Hmm.
I think that you'll hear if you hear the elites talking about how they handle like the last, 10% of a race. It's all about just staying relaxed.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so I try to channel that as much as possible when I'm on long runs and during races because I think what happens is we tighten up and then you actually start to expend more energy than you realize.
Yeah, that makes
So you
sense.
start to feel really tired.
Yeah.
So,
But cool.
but that was right on. I mean, you're right where you need to be even better because I was just hoping you'd be somewhere under 145 at this
Oh,
point.
cool.
In the 140
Yeah,
is
I was pretty excited when I came in at 142. I was like, really? Did I just do that?
awesome.
Yeah.
So, so you're feeling just pepped up and ready to move on to the next phase. Or are you pretty tired?
I'm feeling pretty pepped up. I mean, my legs today are sore, but I'm totally functional. Like they just feel like I went and I did a hard tempo run or something.
Nice.
Like I'm moving around. It's not like after a marathon or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I think I'm also like mentally pretty pumped because that was like for a while I was really nervous about whether or not I was going to actually be able to do it. Now I'm like I just did it.
Yep.
So
So from an equivalent performance standpoint, you're like around. You're already down to like a 3:30, 3:35 kind of marathon
mhm.
type of pace, I guess you could say. And so over the summer, I think that you've got a lot of time now to build base
Mhm.
and then do some real like more marathon specific stuff. And then so you'll feel a lot faster when you run CJ run in June.
Yeah.
Um, and you'll go faster.
Uh-huh.
But you'll probably your legs will feel like you're able to turn over a lot better and all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
And then after you feel fast, then we'll use that to kind of get you ready to hold that going over a long distance. And
Mhm.
then that's what your Portland Marathon will be all about. So
Yeah.
we're we're where we should be, which is awesome.
Nice.
So the next 6 months is going to be a fun time, and then October is going to totally rock.
Yeah, October is going to be so fun. I'm really looking forward to see Jane run, especially because I was thinking about when I finished the race yesterday. I was thinking kind of about what the training is going to look like and sort of
Yeah,
what I think I need to work on. And I think for C Jane run, I'd like to work on kind of more long tempo runs,
yeah,
kind of like what we've been doing, but maybe a little bit more intense. And so like in the beginning, I think I hit my target really well. Like my 5K time was great, and I felt really good about all of that. But then it was like when I got to the end, I knew I was going to be able to do it, but mentally I was like, this is really hard. And I think I want to experience that in training a lot more.
yeah.
You know.
Well, we'll do some things. I'll start to throw in some of my patented bong proof things. So maybe we'll have you go out and
Sweet.
do like a really easy run up and down Bernal, and then we'll get you to run some repeats after that. So you'll be tired,
Mhm.
uh, and then do some repeats. Like not significantly faster than your marathon goal pace, like you would if you were just doing a track workout. but like right at goal pace or just below it, so you can get used to the feeling of saying, okay, I'm tired and I don't really want to be running this fast right now, but I still can do it. So
Yeah, that's exactly where I want to be. Yeah.
yeah. Week, um, you're because you had a great race, you probably want to go out and just like run 70 miles, but you should probably like rein that energy in a little bit and spend some time in the pool, just kind of getting like loosened back up and feeling like, get your energy level back to kind of normal, and
Mm,
then we'll start to build back up over the next couple weeks, and then once we get into late February, March, we'll start to hit it pretty hard,
cool.
and you'll start to see some big jumps.
Cool. I'm excited. I really want to do well at Sea Jane Run. Do you think I should race? There's a 10K called Stadium to Stadium. I think that's in maybe like a month or so.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about doing kind of some more like 5K or 10K races. What do you think about that?
Yes. I think that those are a really good substitute for tempo runs or even speed work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that racing is something that you want to practice just as much as running fast. I mean, you'd think they're the same thing, but they're really not.
Yeah.
Uh, and I find that it feels easier to run faster in a race than if I'm just out doing a tempo run by
Yeah,
myself.
definitely.
And so that's all those things are really good to practice. So I wouldn't race more than every couple of weeks for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to throw in, I mean, anytime you see a 5K or a 10K that some of your friends are doing and you want to jump in, I'd say go for it.
Okay.
If it starts to feel like you're not looking forward to the next race, then it's time to take a few weeks off from racing. But I definitely think that throwing races in is something that everybody should
Okay.
do. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I was also thinking about the recovery, like getting my body used to recovering fast.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think that's about. I mean, I need to work on some of this stuff I'm finding as well as I'm getting higher intensity in my training,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about. I think a lot of it's about what you do right after a hard effort. So
Yeah.
remembering to rehydrate and refuel and get yourself stretched out properly, and
Mm-hmm.
even use a foam roller the next day, stuff like that. But I think after a while your body naturally will want to recover a little bit faster. It'll just become more efficient at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's about kind of walking that balance between training hard but not training so hard that you're doing damage. So
Yeah.
I, it's just about keeping in tune with where you are and how you're feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday I
The
went
next,
to a Super Bowl party right afterwards and ate a bunch of Mexican food.
which is good. Which is good.
Yeah.
Calories are calories after a race.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter
definitely.
what kind they are. They're all good for you.